I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a trucking down the road. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a looking for another load. Well, it's a family tradition, any Rocky Mountain day. Our fathers before us showed us the way. We worked for asphalt cowboys and concrete kings, but that's never been a problem, because we got diesel in our veins. We've got diesel in our veins. I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Channel 23 podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to reach out and touch the fleet, to engage and inform everyone with all things JFW. Good morning, Jim White, Brother Dave White, Super Dave Weldon. How are you guys this morning?
Good morning, Jim Backus.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. Doing good. Happy podcast day.
Happy podcast day.
Yeah, and it's anniversary day, because I know you. If I don't remember now, you're going to skip over it.
Ooh.
7
Well,
years.
I can't skip over it because there's somebody else's anniversary.
Your work twin.
You're right.
My work wife.
You're right. Oswaldo. Yeah. Yeah.
Could almost be your workout wife.
I mean, we've been dating for a long time.
That's awesome.
It started out, we're just jumping ahead. That's fine. I think the second or third year I took him on a sushi date for our anniversary.
I remember that.
And now we see each other every Sunday, so it's like,
We're keeping it casual, just on Sundays.
Yeah, we just try to kill each other on Sundays. That's it.
That's awesome.
You guys ready for the pledge?
Absolutely.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get into the trucker prayer today, I'd like everyone to keep Brian Brecht in mind. He's a new driver here who was recently diagnosed with cancer. We're just praying for a miracle that cancer just disappears, or, it's treated easily.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
Father God.
Yeah, Brian, you're in a prayer. Sorry.
You can interrupt that with your, please.
Don't want to interrupt the prayer, though.
Well, you're interrupting your prayer with a prayer. So
that's true.
It's a prayer times two. But seriously, Brian, you are in our thoughts and prayers.
Yep.
Father God, we thank you for the opportunity to go out and do some trucking today. We pray for the safety of our fleet, all of their families, and all the other families and individuals we come across on the road today. We pray for patience and making the good, safe decisions. We pray to be accident-free, and that we all make it back to the comfort of our homes this evening. We pray for healing and 100% recovery for all of our family members that are ill, no matter what. We trust you, God, and it's in Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
As a reminder, anything you hear on today's podcast is not the opinion of JFW's. It is just the four men in this room's expressed opinion. Episode 193 had 286 downloads. We were talking about that earlier. How cool is it that people outside of this company listen to this podcast on a regular basis?
It is great.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And we should break it next week, right? Because we were 98.
We are at 99.2 thousand total downloads.
Yeah.
So I don't think,
Yeah, a couple weeks.
I don't think next week, but the week after that.
98.
Unless,
close, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have 786 followers.
Nice.
Yep. Hunting season's coming up. I'm pretty excited about that. Did you guys hear about the hunter who fell out of his deer stand on opening day of deer season? Broke both his legs?
Yes, I heard about him.
Have you?
Yes.
Cool. So now he went to the doctor, and the doctor was treating him, and he started complaining like, why couldn't this have happened to me on my last day of hunting? And the doctor looks at him and says, it did.
Oh, that is good. Oh, too funny.
It's time for the dad joke.
I'm gonna jump right in there, man, because
Jump in.
I know you guys, this probably shocks you, but I follow the New England Journal of Medicine. I love some of the articles that are in there and the surgeries they do, and
Heck yeah.
you know how they say
a lot of stuff comes out of New England, good stuff that comes out of New
right,
England.
Dave? And I mean, there's just, like that prayer for Brian, hopefully there's some modern medicine there that will help him. And anyway, there was an article in there about a baby that was just born, a baby boy with no eyelids. And I'm like, wow, how are how are they going to fix that? I couldn't believe it. So, of course, they brought in a specialist in this area, and they wound up simply pulling off an incredible success story. It turns out that the skin around your penis is the same skin as on your eyelids. So it was actually a very simple surgery. Since it was a newborn baby boy, they simply circumcised the little baby boy and used the skin on his eyelids. It was so successful that they made an article in the Journalism of Medicine. And I was like, this is crazy. And at the end of the article, they did mention, though, that the baby does have one side effect. It turns out he's a little cockeyed now.
Oh, man. That's great.
Oh, hey, Super Dave, you know how last week you gave us all those facts kind of
Yeah.
and we're testing us? So I got a couple for you this week.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So-
Lay it on me.
What does the receptionist say as you leave the sperm bank?
Thanks for the deposit.
Thanks
Yeah.
for coming.
Oh, there you go.
And this is an old joke. Do you guys know what the one saggy boob said to the other saggy boob?
Thanks for hanging out.
If we don't get some support soon, we're going to be a couple of nuts.
Oh, man. Ooh.
That's good.
Uh,
I've got oh shoot, I forget what you call this. A joke about Greeks and Italians.
oh, boy.
What my dad, he always would have jokes about Polacks, right?
Right.
What
That's an East Coast thing. So
Yeah.
did my dad.
Yeah. So anyway, the Greeks versus the Italians. A Greek and an Italian were debating who has the superior culture. The Greek says we have the Parthenon. The Italian says we have the Colosseum. The Greek says we had great mathematicians and philosophers. The Italian says we created a world empire and established Pax Romana. And so on and so on and so on for hours until finally the Greek lights up and says, we invented sex. And then the Italian nods slowly and thinks, and he replies, that is true. But it was the Italians who introduced it to women.
Now that's good. That's why we were giggling in your office. Man, you guys had some dirty jokes today. Holy moly.
I just couldn't find any more dad.
Cockeyes and firm banks and Greek.
Sex.
Holy moly. New employees, we got Marvin Alva, Antonio Varela, and Brandon Maciel. Welcome to the fleet, men.
Welcome, guys.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome aboard.
Celebrations. Man, I just want to give these two gentlemen the biggest shout out. Just kidding. Oswaldo Sanchez and myself hit 7 years today.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
It's been an interesting 7 years. It's been really cool to watch Oswaldo's path,
Mm-hmm.
From a driver to that one day on 285 where he was driving on the wrong side of the road to the amazing dispatcher he's become.
Oh, man. 7 years. I mean, that's went by so fast.
It has
Right?
gone by fast.
I mean, every time we talk to somebody that's been here, even the 1 year guys, it just goes by fast anymore.
It does.
Birthdays, we got Tino Hollywood Belly and Hugh Lee had a birthday yesterday.
Happy
Tino and
birthday.
Hugh, Happy birthday,
Yeah.
guys.
Bennett Malo. Is it Malo? Do I say that wrong every
I
time?
thought it was Milat.
Malot.
Milat.
Anyway, Bennett.
Sorry. Nope. Go ahead.
Wow, Jim, if
I
you
just
keep,
did-
if you keep
I
interrupting
know.
me,
I just keep jumping in there.
we're going
How is the wine spelled? Malo?
Merlot.
to MERLOT.
There's an R in there.
Yeah,
That's
But-
it.
Yeah. But it's got a T on it.
But so does Bennett at the end of it.
This is why I barely speak the English language.
Bennett, happy birthday, buddy.
Yes.
Happy birthday, man.
His birthday was
Your
Friday.
board, send us the pronunciation of your last
Yes.
name.
Yes. He's probably writing down our names right now. They said it wrong.
You're on the list.
No family birthday celebrations. Shout outs.
Crazy.
Mike Cisneros, I want to give him a shout out. The other day he came over to me, said, hey, look at this. Showed me his phone. He had a 95 in efficiency and a 99 in safety.
That is awesome.
Yeah, way to go.
Good job, Mike.
Yeah, I looked, I checked. I was like, is that just 1 day? Is that 7 days? Nope. It was Nope.
30 days.
It was the last 30 days.
That is great.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. Good job, Mike.
I'll tell you what, I was driving down Highway 85 with him, and I see why he has such a high score. He is Cadillacing the whole way down.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
great.
Outstanding. The way
Yep.
it should be. Outstanding.
David Big Scrappy Chaney wants to give a shout out to 0069 Luis Cantino for helping him with the ice kicker load going to Conifer. This was David's first time hauling ice kicker, and Luis was a great help.
That's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
Matt
Yeah.
Cummins, he wanted to give a shout out to John Moore last week for helping with a fuel spill, but I missed it. So here you go, Matt and John.
Thank you, guys.
I'd like to give a shout out to Kurt Spencer. I haven't seen these yet, but he shot me a message this morning. He's made some boot brushes from the old broken trailer brooms. They're outside the office door at yard 23, and he'll be making them for the main yard shortly as well.
That is just incredible. That's so great.
Yeah.
What a good idea.
Yeah. Thanks, Kurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kurt asked me about that. He goes, "Is anybody going to get mad if I do this?" And I'm like, "No, go for it." As we chuck them.
I'm a little pissed, really. So,
It brushes me.
the wrong way. Gandhi sent me a story last night. He says I will try to make this as short as possible, but he wants to give a big thank you to Luis Cantino for talking to Super Dave and getting me in for an interview with him. This has all started with you, brother, and thank you, my man. I believe God guides you through paths for a reason and allows you to meet people for a reason, whether it's a blessing or a lesson.
When I read that earlier, not to interrupt you, I love that part.
Yes.
Whether it's a blessing or a lesson. Isn't that
Yep.
great?
He's speaking my language, you know?
So Luis just got 2 shout outs right there.
Yeah. Big shout out, and this is also from Gandhi. He also wants to give a big shout out to Tony Martinez, a.k.a. Alonzo. I didn't know that about Tony. For training me and teaching me everything I need to know to succeed and make my bread in this company. Pound. Come on, man, shift those gears. Much love, my brother. Also, thank you to John Jordan, 0082, and the night mechanic Efren, Zachary Tharp in 0094, and Jimmy, 00Juan, for helping me with my mud flaps. They saw me struggling and immediately started helping me. Lastly, thank you to 00102, Mr. Jose, for helping me with tips and tricks on the ELD logbook when we went to Nebraska and other tips on dumping. Man, I love people that are good, helping hands that aren't afraid to get dirty and gives their all to someone. Thanks, gentlemen. God bless you. Keep the rubber side down.
Nice.
That's a
it
good
was
one.
Great.
Yeah, that wasn't too long at all.
Zach Tharp, he shot me a message last night as well. Hey, Jam, just a quick shout out for John Jordan and Efren in the shop at the yard 23 and Gandhi. I feel like there's a little crypto quote going on here. I pulled into the shop yesterday evening with to flip some mud flaps around on my trailer that were on the wrong way. And no sooner did I get parked, all 3 guys helped me flip the flaps in minutes. These guys jumped in without hesitation and showed what the JFW family is all about, helping a brother out. Really appreciate it, gents. Zach, 0094.
Right on.
That's awesome.
That
It
is the culture that we want to grow and have thrive here at JFW.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's a bill of goods you sell during the interview.
Yeah.
The only question is, how'd the flaps get on backwards? That's the only.
I wanted to.
I'm-
You know, the great thing is they fixed it.
They fixed it.
You know,
Amen.
I wanted to say that was the great part about the story, but in actuality, the great part is the guys doing
Right.
that. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
yeah.
Well, maybe there was a lesson in it.
Yeah.
And a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This week's edition of Drivers Doing It Right, we got Emilio Camacho and Hugh Lee.
Nice.
Congratulations, guys.
yeah.
Good job,
That's
guys.
your speed, your space, your dumping, looking out the back window,
Stop
wearing your
before you get
PPE,
scale.
doing all those things. Thank
Doing
you,
it
man.
right.
Yep. All right. Do you guys have any shout outs? Because I skipped you.
Whenever you ask, I don't, Jim.
Jim?
I got to come up with something. Give me a second here, because you asked.
I'll come back to it. I was like, I know Jam's going to ask me today, and tried to rack my brains earlier, and I'm like,
I forgot.
I'm doing stuff. I couldn't think of that.
Man, out of 140 people that work here, you could have just picked a name and been like, I'd like to give Jim White a shout out for being my brother.
Yeah.
I think we're stuck in the deposition mode yesterday.
I felt a little bit of a somberness when you guys walked in this morning. I'm like, uh-oh.
It was just a long day of.
It was a beat down.
I was like, good morning. I got a good morning out of Brother Dave. And then nothing. I was like, good morning. Good morning, Jim. I'd say good morning, but it's not.
Yeah.
That's when you just say morning.
What makes you think it's so good, Super Dave?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. When it's not that good, you just say it is morning. Morning.
I'm not so sure yesterday was a blessing or a lesson. Do you, Jim?
Oh, it was a lesson, Dave. It was a lesson. Yeah.
Well, let's get into the discussion. I know you guys talked about bringing our very first guest back onto the 100,000 download episode. Martinez pointed out that he believes he was the first guest.
Okay.
I would agree that he's probably the first guest driver. It started off with the three of us. Super Dave joined us. I don't consider him a guest because he never stopped coming, right? And then Linda came on before any of the drivers.
Uh-huh.
And then I thought it was Paco,
I thought so too.
but Tony's telling me he was episode 6. So I need to look today and see who our very first driver guest was. If it was Martinez, or even if it wasn't really, he would be a fun guest to have.
Yeah, you can have him back on. Yeah.
Yep. Plus, we'll make him bring the pizza.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring Linda back too.
We could have them both.
Yeah. Linda was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk to Linda, see if she would like that. Mikey Peterson. Oh, well, I'll tell that later. But Mike Peterson, our shop foreman, has a question. He wants to know, do you have a tool bag and do you know where it is? Right? Each one of these trucks is outfitted with a tool bag, or it's supposed to be. And it's not even the trucks. We give them to the drivers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the tools go. They're like a consumable. I don't know if people get hungry and start eating their vice grips or what happens to them, but the tools disappear.
Yeah. That tool bag should go with you, really.
Like if you switch trucks.
Yeah.
Not if you leave JFW. It shouldn't go with you.
No.
It should stay with us.
And then, I mean, it's a minimal amount of tools, but most of those tools will get you out of so much trouble.
I mean, a vice grip, what will a vice grip do for you?
I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, it's kind of like how the forks disappear out of the kitchen. You're just not sure where they go and where the tools go.
I mean, you brought it up, but I thought we were doing pretty good on forks lately. But I know Scooby brought like 50 in.
Yeah, and we saved some from, was it Dad's apartment?
I don't know
Yeah.
if Holly brought him in or not.
I don't think so yet. No.
So yeah, super important that you have a tool bag with you. If you got a pinch a line or, something easy, pop a light out of the grommet. I mean, it could be tighten a hose, something where you may be sitting on the side of the road for hours waiting for a mechanic to come save you versus 2 minutes because you got a screwdriver and a pair of vice grips.
Yeah, there could be anything. I mean, it's like I said, simple amount of tools, but lifesavers.
And we give them to you,
Yeah.
It used to be, not very long ago, 2013, JFW wasn't giving tools out. I remember I brought my own tool bag in and my own CV radio, and every night I would take those out of the truck. So.
Yeah, including the hammer.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the hammer's in there and.
If you don't have a hammer.
I mean, thump those tires. Yeah.
You're not doing your job.
Yeah, keep in mind, if you have a hammer, you got to use it.
Keep in mind, if you don't have a hammer, you're not doing a proper pre or post trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Is there a brush in the tool bag?
A boot brush. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually called a grill brush.
A grill brush, because
For brushing your grill.
we kind of.
So when you're washing your car, you can get in your grill pieces.
Right. I'll throw Elvin under the bus a little bit, but he was good about it, went and got it, but back of his trailer was a little dirty, and
Oh, boy.
and Scooby asked, "Where's your brush?" And Elvin walked right up, got his brush, and brushed the tailgate off with no problem. And the brush was wore down a little bit, and Elvin was like, can I get a new brush? And me and Scooby were like, nope, that did a great job right there. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's funny.
So, yeah, it's important to brush the back of your tailgate off. When you leave every time you dump. I mean, it's quick with that brush in there. That's another tool is what I was getting at. That's in the tool bag that it makes it easy,
Yep. Next item, the Toro you receive in the morning may or may not be your entire dispatch. And I bring that up because what I hear sometimes is I've completed my dispatch and they think they're done for the day.
Right.
You may have had 2 loads on there because we don't know excuse me. You may have 2 loads on there because we don't know what we want you to do next. It's 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
You're not done with your dispatch, or, you want to early off, but the date's blacked out, or you didn't give us enough notice, and you're like, well, I've completed my dispatch. Yeah, it's 1:00. You're not really done with your dispatch. We work until the plants are closed, no matter what you're doing. So, or it may have everything on there for the day. I mean, it just depends on what the needs of the customer
Yeah,
are.
maybe if it's a slower day or winter day, but we're not in that mode right now.
No,
Absolutely not.
we are not in that mode. Let me write that time down. My stuttering.
Wasn't that bad, Jeff.
All right, well, I'll leave it.
Better write this time down now, though.
I was thinking the
I don't
same
know.
thing.
We talked about the podcast.
Yeah. The behind-the-scenes look of how we don't stutter.
Right?
All right. CVSA's Brake Safety Week is coming up this Sunday, August 24th, and it runs through Saturday, August 30th. Heather Morrell was kind enough to send us that. You already had it on the notes for the outline, BD, but it was a good reminder from her. According to the CVSA website, CVSA certified inspectors will conduct routine commercial motor vehicle inspections throughout the week, focusing on, guess what, your brake systems and components. In addition, inspectors will focus on drums and rotors, the emphasis for this year's brake safety initiative. Brake drum and rotor issues may affect a vehicle's brake efficiency. Broken pieces of drums and rotors may become dislodged from the vehicle en route and damage other vehicles or result in injuries or even fatalities to the motoring public. Commercial motor vehicles found to have brake-related out-of-service violations or any other out-of-service violations will be removed from roadways until those violations are corrected. More information can be found on their website. If you look under the CVSA's Brake Safety Week, scheduled for August 24th to the 30th.
It's important. I mean, it is one of the most important things we have on the trucks are our brakes.
All right, one of the quickest things to put you out of service.
Yeah. And we just don't fool around with it.
No.
It's safety. It's
Yes.
the number one thing there is. And, I kind of want to emphasize the bulker guys, you're pulling trailers that none of which have disc brakes. The rest of our fleet has disc brakes with the exception of the 6 super dumps. And there might be 1 or 2 rock trailers that we still have with drum brakes. I can't swear to that. There might be 1 or 2, but yeah, I can't remember.
I think there's one because the drum brakes have the long S cam too, don't they?
Yeah.
There's one because I just looked at it the other day.
It's a red. It's a red.
Yeah, red.
It was
Yeah.
one of the first ones we got.
Remember we used to have black rock tub? That seems like so long ago.
Right? Yeah. So
It was.
I mean, it's not that the guys with disc brakes all the way around don't have anything to worry about because part of that brake system is testing your air, right? And I strongly urge you guys to back up when you park at night. We talk about this, pretty frequent. Build the air all the way up to 120 PSI, shut that truck off and do a brake application, with your brakes released. You don't want to be losing a ton of air. I forget what it is at 5 pounds after a brake application for truck and trailer.
Yeah, I think it's 3 for the tractor and 5 for both in a minute.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're going to know you have a leak. You watch that gauge just start plummeting down. You got a leak, but check those glad hands. You can have your window down and listen for a leak. And when you back up and park, it's relatively quiet when we park at night, because everybody's trucks is off or whatnot, so.
Pull that Johnny bar.
Yeah. Yeah. Strongly urge everybody or pinch that pinch valve.
There you go. Johnny bar.
Right?
Tell the Johnny
Yeah,
bar.
the old
Who's
school,
Johnny?
man.
there's
Johnny.
53.
There's also a visual on the discs, Dave, that I mean, I know you can't see the brake pad. It's very hard,
Yeah.
but there still is a visual on the disc you can do any part of that system.
And an air leak.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean, the air leak's
absolutely.
going to
Yeah.
be the biggest thing. If you
Yeah.
didn't catch your own air leak, that's just
Yeah.
not doing your job,
One thing that DOT or the CVSA or the inspectors have now is kind of that it's like a dyno machine,
Mm-hmm.
so they'll put you on there and test your brake application to see if it's strong enough,
Yeah.
which is something they came out for the disc brakes. Dale shared that on my page a couple of weeks ago.
So just to backtrack a little bit, the maximum amount of allowed air loss during a 1 minute brake test for a tractor trailer is 4 PSI.
Off 4 PSI. Thanks
Damn.
for clarifying.
And you were correct, Jam, a straight truck or a bus or something is 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the bulkers, a lot of you guys are going through the port.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, what a perfect time
you're
to be
going through
inspected.
some place that's going to be easy for them to inspect.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, especially when you pull up there and set on the brakes, hold the brakes, and
right.
they can hear it.
Right. I mean, we've been stopped before, and I mean, we have a lot of extra bulk. When I say extra, we utilize several bulk trailers. So they're dropped and left on location the majority of the time.
Mm.
So they don't come back to the yard. They're not going through the shop. You know what I mean? We're 100% dependent on the drivers inspecting them all the way around. So
Sure.
yeah, bulk guys, you guys do an amazing job, but man, give it a once over before next week if you can. Give
Man.
them all a look. You can see, I mean, we've tried to put tabs on all the old style cam brakes. So, whether it's over 2 inches, of travel, that means they're out of adjustment if it's over 2 inches. And that means something's broken or wrong.
Yep.
Make sure you got good brake shoe pad on those. It's easy to see.
Yep.
So do your inspection, do what's on your inspection sheet and look it over. If you have questions, man, shoot a picture and ask the shop, ask one of us, ask any of the safety team. We're aware of the stuff and can answer the questions.
Yeah, I haven't looked. Those tools still hanging up by the booms down there in the shop for the brake application.
Honestly, couldn't tell you, Jim.
Yeah.
I
No.
would say they are. Yeah. I don't
Grab
know.
a buddy.
So-
Grab a safety director or somebody to apply your brakes while you're down there measuring the brake stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, if you're running a bulk and you don't know how to check this stuff, come see.
Or a super dump.
Oh yeah, or a super
Yes.
dump. Yeah.
Super dump's got a lot of axles on it.
Oh yeah.
That's a big deal to check on those things, man. And a lot of air leaks.
Right.
So we got a lot of work to do on those,
Yep. To avoid violations and keep yourself and others safe, here's what you should do. Do a thorough pre-trip and post-trip inspection. Check for cracks, missing pieces, or damage on drums and rotors. Look for oil and grease contamination on brake components. Listen for unusual noises when braking. Number 2, watch for warning signs. Pulling on one side when braking, longer stopping distances, or any vibration or grinding. Number 3, report and fix issues right away. If you find any brake concerns, don't run it. Report it to maintenance immediately. Number 4, keep your paperwork in order. Inspectors may ask for logs, DVIRs, and maintenance records. Having everything organized helps inspections go smoothly. And remember, if your truck is out of service, you're stuck until repairs are made. Taking 5 minutes to check your brakes now can save you hours of downtime later.
Yeah.
Good advice right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, your paperwork, your truck cleanliness, make sure you have, a trash bag in there where the inspector opens up the door and it's not a bunch of pop cans falling and hitting them in the feet.
Yeah.
Those are just signs.
clean.
Yep.
Yeah, have to mention the brake hoses rubbing on the deck plate. We didn't.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
a walk up and see what's going on kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's almost the number one thing they look at when they walk up to your trucks. Are any of your airlines dragging on that
Yeah.
deck plate?
Easy to see.
Yep. And then it's an out of service. Even if you have just a little bit of rub from the red color or the blue color, and it'll be white, it'll be
Yes.
a lighter color,
Yes.
they'll shut you down just
Oh, yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So easy. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah. Any of that white showing through. I mean, you are just put out of service. It's an error. How do they chafing?
Chafing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I
Yep.
mean, that's an easy one to get,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
but we talk about it all the time and it's an easy fix. So when they see it, they're like, well, wait a minute. If this guy's not doing the easy stuff,
Mhm.
he's not doing the hard,
Right.
Yeah, and another thing to look for too is under your trailer where the airline's going, tractor 2, going to your brake cans, they have little separators between the airlines.
Yes.
And a lot of times they're made out of plastic. Those they can break or they can, get weak and fall off, and then your airlines will be touching.
Mm-hmm.
Not much, but enough that they will.
If they're rubbing,
Yep.
if they're touching, they're rubbing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right. We are looking, this is a big announcement, everybody. We're looking for another safety director. And that would be somebody that, you know what the safety directors do around here. Anything from driving a truck to enforcing safety. This person would exude the culture of safety we have. They're a voice of accountability. They're a coach, an educator, a problem solver. They bridge the gap that connects the drivers and leadership, and they set a good example. So if you think that's you and you have all these qualities and you want to advance your career here at JFW, I would highly suggest you shoot Super Dave or myself an email explaining why you think you would be a good safety director.
We have a lot of amazing people here that are capable of that.
Yep.
Yeah, and how'd you ask yesterday, Dave? In the Connect, it was more of a letter or a note explaining why.
Yeah, just a short paragraph explaining why you think you could do a great job and help make us better here at JFW.
Yeah. Every time I do this, somebody surprises me. They come out of the woodworks, and I'm like, oh, look at this guy.
I love it.
Yep. Reminder, we did talk about Turo earlier, but we want to talk about it again. You actually get paid from your ticket in Turo. Please make sure you check your tickets before you leave the scale, not when you dump at the delivery site. When you don't check your tickets, it makes more work for several other people to fix your error in effort to get you paid. That's great advice. If you notice there's a problem with your ticket before you leave, you just tell the scale operator, hey, this says rock, I'm hauling sand, or this says plant 12, I'm going to plant 2, or
So I'm 006 and I'm 009.
yeah, it's the easiest, quickest place for them to, I mean, it's probably 30 seconds of work for that scale operator. You deliver a load and have the wrong ticket. Now we have to have one of our dispatchers get involved. We have to get one of their office personnel to get involved. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
And then they have to look through hundreds of tickets to find the one.
Yep. Anything else for the discussion, men? I didn't. No?
I don't think so.
I didn't pick out anybody for the mini interview today. Do you have anybody you want to call? You want to call Ricardo Cordova?
Yes, I was thinking about that gentleman. Let's see if we can raise him up on
Are you calling him?
No.
I just seen your hands going to the desk. I'm like, oh, that would be.
You were thinking, oh, cool.
I'm going to take a snack break.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
Womp womp.
Not Ricardo today.
He's driving.
Yep.
Doesn't talk on the phone.
Can I call you right back?
Oh.
Yes, ASAP. Oh, that's funny. Well, we will be interrupted by Ricardo's call when he calls, and I'm good with that.
Perfect. Yeah.
No, that's how we roll on this podcast. Moving on to what's next. JR, the Samsara magician, is working on a new look and feel for the Samsara app. He's customizing it to make it the most sense for what we do. It's going to have an individual driver focus for each driver. For example, following distance, speed, blown stop signs, mobile phone usage, all the things that you may get an alert with, whatever Samsara is picking up that you're having trouble with, when you open your app, it's going to give you some words of encouragement of how to overcome that.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
Dandy.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, so you'll pop it open and it'll show you score right away. You don't have to jump through hoops to get to it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So-
JR is the Samsara magician, man.
Yep. I don't know how he gets all these codes to work in here. It's
Right?
amazing.
Right?
Let's move on to our cores update. Most of the details, what was that?
That's it. Curs.
Cores? The silver bullet. Most of the details in last podcast were correct. So I can only assume some of them were not. But here's the latest information for everyone. Bypass testing and auger replacement. Over Labor Day weekend, cores will be replacing the auger. During this time, they'll need to use a bypass loadout so they continue moving grain while the auger is down and brewing continues. Here's the schedule. August 28th, we'll begin using the bypass until brewing stops later that day. August 29th to September 1st, that's a Friday through a Monday, including Labor Day, no brewing. September 2nd, Tuesday morning, brewing resumes, still using the bypass. September 2nd, Tuesday evening expected, back to normal loading. They estimate this work will take 3 to 4 days, but as always, this is Coors, so expect changes.
Yeah, they always start with plan A and,
Yeah.
like anything else.
Oh,
You have
like
plan
my-
B, C, D.
Like my life.
Right?
Right?
Did people at the
Right?
plant add that part about this is Coors? Or was that us?
That was Linda.
I know.
Sometimes they don't even do it, though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They may not even do this job.
Right,
yeah.
It
Right.
just gets pushed.
Looking ahead for some concrete work, at some point next year, Coors will use the bypass again to replace the concrete under the can. The concrete is also the ceiling for a tunnel walkway below, and it has been deteriorating over the years. This is why we do not brake check in this area to shift our loads. This work is expected to take around 3 weeks, and Coors may adjust their brewing schedule during that time. The decision has not been made yet. Dispatch wants to give a big thanks to all the drivers who've been patient with delays at the bypass loadout. Also, a special shout out to Jimmy V, Double Juan, for helping at night during testing. Greg, that's Greg Wise, for staying on top of things overnight while the rest of us are sleeping. Jose Barraza for stepping up on Saturday nights. He's been a go-to guy, and we really appreciate him.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys, very much.
Absolutely.
Makes it easy for the rest of us.
Yeah, it's a tough deal to go bounce back and forth from days to
Oh, boy.
nights.
Yeah.
And good job, guys. I couldn't do it.
The only thing, and not saying it's any easier for them, the summer nights lately, last few weeks have been gorgeous.
Right.
At night. I mean, what a less traffic, all that kind of stuff. What a nice.
Beautiful nights to be sleeping.
that too.
Saturday night Coors help is still needed. We're looking for 3 to 4 volunteers to help with Saturday night Coors so we can rotate shifts. This is additional pay. So if you're interested, please contact dispatch. Thing about Coors, I would say something that's been in the last 7 years since I've been here, Coors has been super steady.
Oh,
This is a steady source of revenue for JFW and for the people who run that run.
Yep.
And for the people who don't, because while they're doing that, other people get to run,
Other
material and
things.
stuff like that. So it is an important account, and to have everybody jump in, and it ain't easy. It's not, hey, go to Morton, pick up sand and bring it to 2. It's, you got to load yourself. You got to watch. You got to use your load bridges. You got to be trained. You can't spill. It could be wet. You got to sweep out. There's a lot more to it than just going to pick up a load of rock.
Right?
So, thank you.
it took us a while to get it all under wraps, but the Coors contract has been a great gift as
Sure.
far as a contract and stuff. And
Right.
we've always joked, it's part of the big 3 that always work. You can be part of any one of those businesses. It works, and that's trash, sex, and booze. Never stops.
I'll have to think about the sex part.
Horn, Jan.
Right. Thanks for writing that out for me.
Wanted to make it clear.
No questions from the audience this week. We do have a safety topic, though, and that is no U-turns on public roadways.
Yes.
Okay. Each state differs. There is no law here in Colorado that says you cannot. Not that I'm aware of. I looked it up yesterday. I couldn't find one
Wow,
that
Jan.
says you can't. But it is a very bad practice. And don't quote me on that. I'm getting a side eye from Brother Dave.
I'm educating myself
Yeah.
on what you're saying.
I'll double check to make sure I'm giving the right information. But whether there's a law or not, we don't do it here at JFW. it's just too risky and too many bad things happen in that process. We actually did let somebody go not too long ago for making a U-turn where he shouldn't have.
Same thing.
Yep. There wasn't enough room. He ran over
T-post.
T-post and
Median.
a delineator.
Yeah.
Yes.
Delineated.
Yeah.
Median island.
Yep. But we just had, not us, but somebody made a U-turn on a public road and 3 people died in the wreck. They just ran right into his trailer and they killed all 3 people in the car.
Yeah. Went under the trailer.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And what's sad is the guy watches it happen and he's emotionless. Like, it just really bothers me. Did you guys watch the video?
Oh, we did.
I didn't.
Yeah,
Oh my God. He's making a U-turn and he sees a car and he's just like, and then he's standing out of his truck like, no big deal, just killed 3 people.
Yeah, and after it hits, it's just like, that's a little bump in the trailer.
Yeah, and he like throws it in reverse, like,
Yeah, it's,
yeah.
but you
You
can't.
know, who knows what's going through his mind? Maybe he's in shock.
I was just going to say, Jam, what would you do?
I mean, I'd probably be yelling and screaming and crying and freaking out and like, wow, I just killed 3 people. Like, I just made a U-turn and a car ran under my trailer because of my dumb decision.
Talk about a bad decision.
I would have jumped out probably and like try to like maybe help. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never,
No, I
yeah. But
hope I'm never in that position because I didn't make that decision.
yes,
You
that
know?
part right there.
Right? Can't
Like-
imagine that. I would never even do it in my car.
Right?
I would
Dave?
go to the next exit and turn around.
We
or
all
the
talk
next
about that.
intersection or parking lot
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Supposedly, the same guy, JR pulled this up yesterday, he was allegedly the same person that collapsed a bridge in Arkansas. He was 80,000 pounds on a 6-ton. That's a 12,000
No.
ton bridge.
No way.
Yeah. It was an 80-year-old bridge that he collapsed.
Yeah, Mikey told me the same thing. He looked at that.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Because the other thing about it was that he was an illegal that California gave a license to, and
Yes.
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
was all true or not.
The story I heard is he was like on a work visa.
Okay.
And I see it here in Colorado, but their license says limited term. And their license expires on the day that their work permit expires.
Mm.
I don't know how California does it, but the story goes that his permit expired and he never renewed it. And he
Ah.
was just driving on that license.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Just doesn't sound like a good guy.
It's not
Nope.
like another thank you, California.
Bad actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad actor.
Yeah. Making the brotherhood, sisterhood look bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little off the subject, but just a personal note, Jam, about jumping out and giving aid or whatever, helping. Allie, my middle daughter, was talking to Danielle, the oldest daughter, right? And they were on the phone and she was driving home and Danielle said there's this guy on a motorcycle being a jerk. You know, he's just speeding in and out of traffic. And Allie joked with her and said, just hit him. And Danielle was like, no, because then I have to
Have to
give
help
aid. It would mess up my night.
That's funny. Yeah, I wonder about those guys when I see them flying by. Like, am I going to see that guy, like, pancaked on the ground when I come around the next corner? Or?
So-
Wait, yesterday, yeah. And he was mad, Jim. He cut in and out of us, went up and then flipped another car off and then cut in front of it. And
He about died trying to road rage another guy just so
Yeah.
he could catch up to him and flip him off.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally about died. He was,
But he never had an accident.
no,
Yeah.
but damn, was it close, man. It was so
I mean,
close.
you can visualize he had 8 hangers on the bike and it was loud and it rocked at one point where he almost lost control. And,
laid over both sides.
yeah.
Damn.
Just,
Yeah, there's nothing good about a motorcycle accident.
No.
I mean, it could look like nothing and you broke bones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I ran across one just looking at video and stuff. The 2 girls have it. They both stop on their motorcycles and a rogue tire comes down the highway and hits the one girl just standing there. And they have it all on video. Just,
Oh, yeah, I thought it was her and her boyfriend.
was it a boyfriend? It
Yeah.
looked like,
They're like under a underpass.
oh, are you all right? Sounded like a girl.
It might have
Jim.
been. Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like wiped her out.
Uh,
And I think
Did-
luckily she had a helmet on.
Didn't kill her then.
She answered, Dave. She was moving.
didn't
but-
kill her there anyway.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But it was It's just, it's like one of our videos when you see it.
I mean, she might have killed her later, but yeah.
It wasn't internal injury.
Yeah, it wasn't instant death.
Yeah, because it did hit her in the helmet too.
Yeah,
And-
it was nasty.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the video, the guy's riding with his girlfriend and they fall? And then they're like sliding at a high rate of speed.
Yes.
And he grabs her and he's like hugging her to protect her.
Yes.
That's so badass.
Yes.
Right?
Because they were moving. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
long ways they slide.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't worry, baby. I'll get the road rash for you.
Talk about manning up.
Yeah. Spread them out of that one.
Well, not really. He's a pretty poor driver. If they're
Whatever.
getting down the ground.
We don't know why they crashed.
Yeah.
All right. It's time for tips and tricks with Armando, the Sergeant Del Val. Number 16, contaminations. Man, 4 months. Armando's been doing these tips and tricks.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah, do a great job. Yeah.
Another thing that flies by.
Yeah.
Every time I think, oh, what a good idea. What good information, everyday information that
Yeah.
people need every day on the job.
Much better than Ray. Good morning, JFW family, and welcome back to another week of Tips and Tricks. Please remember that the purpose of these tips and tricks are just ways for us to be helpful, better, and safer drivers on the road. Let's be JFW professionals. Drivers, we got to make sure that we're sweeping out our trailers really good. I know it's hot, but we still got a job to do. Remember that our job is not complete after you dump your last load. At the end of the day, we got to get up on that trailer and make sure it's ready for the next day. So here's what I see a lot, and I'm willing to admit that I used to do. I would sometimes go the whole day without sweeping after switching materials. I'm lucky to say I never got busted until now, but some drivers have gotten caught. This happens often during winter season. We're almost at that time, and we got to make sure that we are triple checking our trailer for any materials, because come the next day, if that material you were hauling the day prior is still in there, good chance it'll be frozen. So even though we're still working in the heat, we're now hauling salt to CDOT sheds. For those that don't know, remember that any type of salt, ice kicker, 50/50 salt, squeegee, or Redmond salt, can easily contaminate your next load if you don't sweep out the correct way. We've all been taught how to sweep out our trailer the right way. I know that whenever I get a ride-along or a trainee, I always show them how it's done, making sure they watch. I've been taught by my trainer, and I'm passing it on. I've been doing this for almost 3 years now, and I've never contaminated a load. I always start from top to bottom and front to back. You also want to make sure you get in between where the liner is on the side and your tailgate and your mud flaps. Also, don't forget to tarp. Also, don't forget the tarp. Sometimes there will be material lying on top of your tarp. Make sure you get all that out, because that could also contaminate your load, and with a lot of weight, it can damage your tarp as well. Don't forget that the loaders are watching us and making sure that we're not contaminating their material. If they see the slightest salt on your trailer and you're hauling rocket sand, you bet they will refuse that load. Same thing goes with your tailgate and mud flaps. You pull into a plant and they see that your tailgate and mud flaps got ice kicker. Still, because you didn't sweep it off, there's a good chance that they will reject your material. It doesn't matter if we had a short day or a long day. We got to sweep out whenever we switch to a different material and we're done for that day. Even if you were hauling sand and you get a tow for the next day and it's sand, you still should sweep out. And here's why. You never know if your tow might change the next day before your first load. Now you're hauling salt and you have sand in your trailer. Now your load is contaminated. The second that load of salt lands in your trailer. Also, what if you get sick and call out? Right?
Yeah,
and that
absolutely.
driver's doing something else. Now you left them a dirty trailer.
Yep.
You can always take a picture and send it to dispatch if you want to make sure your trailer is good after sweeping out, and they'll either give you the okay or sweep a little more. Let's not contaminate loads. Please let me know on Connect Team what you think about this week's tips and tricks, and thank you all again for listening and the positive feedback. Let's start doing things the JFW way. Until next week, Armando, the Sergeant Del Val, 00783. Together, we can be better. Armando, I'm going to give you some feedback right now. You do an amazing job on these tips and tricks. It's really nice having these. I know last night he sent them late and he was super apologetic. But man, you could send these really up to the last minute because it's important that we have them. I know it was a lot of work for you and you were tired and you didn't really feel like doing it. So thanks for grinding it out and putting together another amazing
It does a
tips
great
and
job.
tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Armando.
So-
It's just because it's from a person, not people, but a person that's in the field.
Right.
You know, it's not us just up here in the
Yeah.
room.
Preach it.
Arena.
Yeah,
He's in
yeah,
the arena.
He's in the arena.
And
Yeah,
that is
absolutely.
just great info that you need every day to do this job.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
It's like tearing the one he did last week.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff. Because I know Scooby announced it this week about, new week, tearing in at different
Tearing in,
places
yeah.
and knocking it out of the ballpark. You just don't have to deal with it.
Yeah. Just because of that tips and tricks last week, I was pulling into Ragsdale, not yesterday, or maybe it was Friday, because yesterday was just Tuesday, right? Or maybe Monday. And there was nobody around. I was like, I should just go get a tailweight because I don't know.
Yeah. The truck's teared that
Yeah,
night, Jam.
it's-
And
it
you
was a
pulled
Monday.
everybody up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's now time for my favorite part of the podcast. Super Dave, you want to hit us with that high road home?
Sure. So I was a little bit at a loss for finding what I was looking for on the web. And I was looking for a situation where people, it happens to everybody, you hit a snag or what they call a brick wall, and you have this really, really tough obstacle and you're like stopped in your tracks. You think, well, there's no way I can overcome this. There's no way I can climb the wall and achieve my goal. So I went back and I thought about what we did last week. What we did last week was how to be at your best when life was at its worst, and the different techniques and thought processes you can use to overcome that. And I took that from a book that I read a number of years ago, which was called The Last Lecture, the Final Lecture by Professor Randy Pausch. And then it dawned on me, wait a minute, one of the things that he touched on in that lecture was called brick walls. So I went back and looked at that piece that we originally did in 2019, and it hit the spot. So
Is it okay? Is it safe that we name this high road home brick walls?
it's what it's called. Yeah.
Perfect. Everybody, take
Oh,
note.
my goodness.
Take note of that.
What are you going to say now?
Just for the quiz.
Oh, okay.
Just pointing
Yeah.
something out.
Yeah.
Sometimes, Dave, that's the only question I miss or have to struggle with
Right?
is because I'm listening to you, but I don't.
Holland.
No, I don't really listen to the title. I'm listening to what you're saying. And then we get to the title, like, what was that?
Yeah, and that's one place I do get a little tricky.
Yeah.
I usually miss stuff that I'm not paying attention to in the moment. And then I'm like, well, I don't even remember talking about that.
Oh man.
But anyway, this one is called Brick Walls, and it's an excerpt from the book that I read a few years ago. And it starts out, as we all go through life, we are greeted with various situations that have a very high degree of difficulty. We feel as if there's no way around this brick wall to achieve our goal. No matter what we try, we're stopped in our tracks, a dead end. But believe it or not, the brick walls are there for a reason. The brick walls are there to give us a chance to show how badly we want something. Sometimes the person we have to show is ourselves. Prove how much we actually want something so we try harder to get it. In 1969, when Randy Pausch was 8 years old, his family went to Disneyland, and it was by far the coolest environment he had ever experienced. So a dream was born to become a Disney Imagineer. Fast forward 20 plus years, when Randy got his PhD in computer science, he thought his time had come. So he sent his application letters to Disney, and they sent back, I love this part, some of the nicest go-to-hell letters he had ever seen. By 1995, Randy had become a professor at the University of Virginia and built a virtual reality system that people in the computer science world thought was pretty cool. At that time, he learned that Disney was working on a virtual reality project that would allow people to ride on Aladdin's magic carpet. Randy called Disney and explained he was a virtual reality researcher looking for information. He was ridiculously persistent. and he was eventually connected to a guy by the name of John Snoddy.
That's kind of snotty, Dave.
Yeah, that is. What a name. Boy, I'll tell you. The brilliant engineer, he was the brilliant engineer running the team after... Sorry.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
shit. After much communication...
I think you just hit the brick wall, Dave.
After much communication, he eventually agreed to have Randy come to California for a 6-month sabbatical to learn more and write a research paper on the project. The only problem is he needed permission from his bosses at the university to take this kind of oddball leave. It turns out that sometimes the most impenetrable brick walls are made of flesh. Randy asked a particular dean, "Do you think this is a good idea?" And he said, "I have no idea if this is a good idea." He was afraid that Disney would suck all the intellectual property out of Randy's head that rightly belonged to the university. Since he was getting nowhere with that guy, Randy went to the dean of sponsored research and asked, "Hey, do you think this is a good idea at all?" And he answered, "I don't know. I don't have enough information to say. But I do know that one of my star faculty members is in my office, and he's very excited. So tell me more." Now, here's the lesson. Both deans said the same thing. They didn't know if this sabbatical was a good idea, but think about how differently they said it. When you're looking to gain information, it makes a big difference if you start out with an open mind, gather your information, and then make an educated choice. Randy ended up going to California and working at Imagineering headquarters, the grown-up version of that wide-eyed 8-year-old kid at Disneyland. When you have reached that brick wall, the dead end in the road, step back, regroup, wind up, and deliver the fastball that strikes them out. So that's the lesson right there, you guys, is keep an open mind, gather your information, and then make an educated choice to move forward after you've hit the brick wall. So the quote this week is, "Never lose the childlike wonder, show gratitude, don't complain, just work harder, never give up." And that is a quote by Randy Pausch. So,
Hey,
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
We never did hear from Ricardo Cordova. Ricardo, we are super disappointed. Yeah. Just so you know.
We're going to put him on the spot next week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You'll have to come up with a couple extra questions.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a couple in mind. I'll tell you off air. Final thoughts, everybody?
I wanted to, it's a little bit like Dave's brick walls. I ran across a story where this guy was working in train cars, and they were refrigerated cars, and he was working by himself and working late one afternoon, and ended up getting locked in the refrigerated car. And he was scared to death, and as he was left in there overnight, he wrote, "I'm cold, I'm colder, this might be my last note, this is my last thing." And they did find him the next morning, and he died of hypothermia. And as the investigation went on, though, they found out that the car, the refrigerator system, wasn't working, never had been working.
Wow.
And the car only got to 55 degrees. But because the gentleman believed that he was going to freeze to death, that's what his mind talked him into, was freezing to death. And he died of hypothermia. And we talk about the power of the mind, and I know, Jem, we've talked about it, affirmations and how powerful they can be. And I think, this is a point that when you think on something for so long, you have to have some positivity. You have to have some affirmations, and instead of, I'm just saying, "Hey, I'm just really fat," maybe, "Hey, if I skip that meal, or instead of a cookie, I ate an apple." Something like that you believed in the stuff in your mind. And I know that's not quite an affirmation, but that's making up your mind to change something in your life. And so just wanted to mention that your mind is awful powerful. Don't just fall victim to your thoughts, I guess. Think of, we talk about it, your happy thoughts, the last few weeks for I guess I could include Dave in here. It's been a couple tough weeks, Dave. Including yesterday, which was part of business. But if you don't think positively about stuff, it drags you down, and like the guy in your story, Dave, if that was his 8-year-old dream and just kept dreaming that dream and eventually got there, you didn't give up.
Yeah. you have to think about it like constructively, I guess.
Mhm.
You can't just say, oh, well, shoot, I lost.
Yeah. That's
that's the
yeah.
end of the road. Forget about it. You have to step back and look at it from that outside looking in, maybe think about, okay, what can we build? What new trajectory do we need to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to believe in yourself, and you have to be responsible for yourself.
You also have to be self-aware. So I believe self-talk is super important,
Mhm.
right? We, as humans, we could get an outside perspective of ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is different than any other being,
Mhm.
right? We could actually step away and evaluate what we're doing. Self-talk, I mean, you gotta have good self-talk. If you're telling yourself you're a loser, man, if you believe it, then everyone else is going to believe that about you, but you also have to be able to recognize where maybe you did things a little bit wrong and how do you fix them? So validate those feelings that you're having. Not that you're a loser, but like, hey, I could have done better here and I will do better here. But man, the thoughts, you go down a rabbit hole, your thoughts pretty quick. And the easiest way to not have those thoughts about yourself in a negative way is to replace those with good thoughts about yourself or something else.
Mhm.
So I agree, Jim. Good final thought there. And just thinking that guy basically killed himself because he thought he was freezing to death. I will say 55 is pretty cold to me, but
Yeah. Yeah.
if you're wet,
If I just had a t-shirt
No.
and shorts on.
are you wet and it's 55? Because if you're wet and it's 55, woo, that's cold.
That's cold. That's cold. Yep. Absolutely.
But also warm enough where you could have, done things to keep yourself warm and not get hypothermic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just the power of the mind.
Oh, that's crazy.
all there is. And that was just the quick
I love it.
story about it, is what we can convince ourselves.
Absolutely. Yep. Convince yourself that you're going to live.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a whole,
Convince yourself that you're amazing.
yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, there's so many survival stories that people survived because of their mind, that
Mhm.
they like what you just said, Jan. They were like, I don't care. I'm in this situation, but I'm going to live.
I'm too stubborn to die.
Shit.
Mhm.
Have you met me?
Right?
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Benny, what do you got?
Man, I'm blended today, just looking through all the stuff. And like Jim said, it's been an interesting couple weeks for sure. I love Gandhi's. I want to give a shout out to Gandhi. Here's my shout out,
Whoop, whoop.
because I love that quote. Whether it's a blessing or a lesson, we can take everything we're learning every day throughout the day as a blessing or a lesson, and yeah, things like that are tough. The blended part of my final thoughts are, not only the shout out there to Gandhi, but I just looked up some info on the brake CVSA inspection for next week. 13% of the trucks are expected to be put out of service for brake issues.
Damn.
We don't want one. We don't want 1%. You know what I mean? We don't want one truck. And we have the ability. We've trained, we've asked, we've taught. You have the knowledge. Even if you don't understand what's wrong, ask. You know what I mean? If something doesn't smell right, look right, taste right, something's wrong, ask the question. And then I'm going to kind of end it on some facts.
Okay.
I've been political for a while, and this is a bit of political, but
Whoa.
with a twist, right? So I found some studies on flag ownership,
Mm.
and I found them very, very interesting. So I'm just going to read some statistics. So in flag ownership, 68% of Republicans own an American flag compared to only 37% Democrats. And this is according to a YouGov/Economist survey conducted in July of this year. On regular display, in 2024, a study showed 47% of Republicans display the flag daily or most of the year compared to 18% Democrats. I found that, a pretty big disparity between the two numbers. On patriotic holidays, 62% of Republicans display and 30% of Democrats display the flag. Sometimes on special occasions such as patriotic holidays like the 4th of July. So as far as patriotism goes, while 89% of Republicans believe flying the flag is an act of patriotism, a smaller but still significant majority of Dems, 58%, agree. So, and then it says an association with the parties. This is how it blends in between. 57% of Americans think Republicans are more likely to fly the flag, while only 4% believe Democrats are more likely to fly the flag. So,
I mean, all I could say is I fly a flag. So
right, me too.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get the flag up at the new place.
I need to. Are we going to get a big fat pole?
We did.
Oh, really?
We spent that money.
Yep.
How tall is it? 20 feet?
Keep going.
30?
Yep.
30-foot pole.
30-foot pole.
How big is the flag?
An 8x5.
Woo! I would be saluting that flag, baby.
It's the top flag.
Oh, so we got a Colorado flag too?
Not flying that one, my friend.
No. We got a JFW flag?
We do.
Nice, man. I like your style. That's
We
awesome.
can't afford windows, but we got a flag. God damn
Listen,
it.
this is out of budget, but we don't give a shit. I love it. It's on a rope.
No.
No,
Nope, they can steal those, Jam. We did an internal halyard. So you got to open up a little door on the pole, stick a key in it, and you can crank the flag up and down.
Okay, so we go half mast and stuff.
Oh
like
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
With the
Easily.
light. Yeah.
Nice.
Easily, right?
We got a remote.
We didn't go that far.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we didn't go that far.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the electrician run a light out there or make sure the light done and everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who's
I
going to
love
be
it.
in charge of the flag?
All of us, Dave.
Yeah, because,
It's gonna
like
be-
if somebody dies, we got to go to half mast
Right,
and stuff
right.
like that.
I mean, it's going to be all.
I've deleted the app because my old house, I had the pole outside,
Right.
and there's an app that tells you, Dave, when to put
very detailed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great, and it
And-
gives you a notification like, hey, tomorrow, you got to do this.
Yeah, Anne's got it. She reads
So
it
we-
every once in a
okay.
while.
Do we have an external speaker system?
No.
No.
Could play taps or play
Yeah.
the
Anthem.
anthem. Yeah.
I love that one. There's a country station, I think it's up north, 103.1. They play the national anthem at noon, right
Nice.
on the dot. It's so
Sweet.
cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So many things we could do. Do a 21 gun salute out there. Let me know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it silence. So remember. All right. Anybody else with any other final thoughts? No. All right. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Channel 23 podcast. Let your friends know about us if they're in the trucking industry or not. Who wouldn't want to listen to this podcast? Hit that follow button. Go back and listen to episode 72 to help find Amber's mom. Links to her story will be in today's show notes. Let's say the creed and get on out. Together we face and overcome all that stands before us. Together we are accident free. Together we joyfully create honest value for those we serve. Together we celebrate our differences and respect those with whom we work. Together we are accountable for our words and our actions. Together we are the JFW family. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Have a great day and a great week, and we'll holler at you next week.
Be
Be
safe.
safe.
Yep.
I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a trucking down the road. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a looking for another load. Well, it's a family tradition, any Rocky Mountain day. Our fathers before us showed us the way. We work for asphalt cowboys and concrete kings, but that's never been a problem, 'cause we got diesel in our veins. We've got diesel in our veins. I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a trucking down the road. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks just looking for another load. I hear there's a couple million tons to move. I see them everywhere. So you best get out their way and watch that sand and gravel disappear. There's another run to make. We gotta get it there on time. And we got what it takes to lay it all out on the line. We'll lay it all out on the line. I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-trucking down the road. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks just looking for another load. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks got the best drivers in town. They got all the tools they need to keep that hammer down. When they hit them scales, they won't need to dodge them, won't need to duck them. They just keep that hammer down, and they keep that diesel trucking. Keep that hammer down, and keep that diesel trucking. I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-trucking down the road. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-looking for another load. They just keep them doors a-closed, keep them butts in their seats, 'cause those customers are calling, and those red trucks can't be beat. They've gotta put the hammer down and pick up another load. Get it off the ground, keep them eyes open and on the road. Keep them eyes open on the road. I see those big, bright, shiny red trucks just a-trucking down the road. Those big, bright, shiny red trucks just looking for another load. Breaker 23, anybody got a copy on that Channel 23 podcast? Welcome, and thanks for listening.